it. I ain't doubling back on shit. I apologize to Phoenix. She is the only one that deserves an apology from me. The rest of you motherfuckers can suck my dick.
Honestly, Black Historian, at this point, I wouldn't even want the apology. I don't think you should want the apology. Well, I'm gonna let you go, but Queen Bee, what you had to say?
I just wanted to listen. Mimi got what she wanted to say out, but that's not how that happened. It had nothing to do with you defending Phoenix. Like, Mimi's beef with you had nothing to do with you defending Phoenix. It had to do with you having a problem because Liv was letting younger women on the panel before he would let you on the panel. You would sit up, you sat on Mimi's live and you complained. You said, I'm me. I don't understand why they're not letting me up. I'm me. Do they know who I am? And it was all because he was letting Erica, with a U, and Jace, who was in the comments on the panel before you. I don't wait. That ain't have nothing to do with Phoenix. I don't know why you're acting like it had something to do with you defending Phoenix, because it had nothing to do with that. I don't even genuinely do not remember you defending Phoenix at all during that time period when you and Mimi had beef. And you know I was there the entire time because we started Mimi Mondays simply because you said that you had beef with all the men creators. So we started going on Mimi's live, on Mimi's space, and doing Mimi Mondays, right? And that's how we all met. Well, that's not how I met Phoenix, but that's how a lot of us met Phoenix, right? But what we're not going to do is sit here and lie on my good sis. We're not doing that. We're not lying on my big sister like she had beef with you because of Phoenix. No, you're trying to get sympathy because Phoenix got an apology. But you're not about to use Phoenix's name to get an apology for you being insecure about younger women being let on the panel before you. I ain't got no beef with you, Black Historian, but that's how that went down. It had nothing to do with Phoenix. It had nothing to do with the Peach Phoenix situation. It had to do with you having beef with Liv because Liv allowed younger women on the panel before you, and you thought you were too important for that. You thought you needed to be seen more than them. You said, I'm me. I don't understand. I'm me. Why is he not letting me up? I don't wait. I'm me. That's what you said. I remember that very specifically. So don't try to bring Phoenix into this shit to get sympathy from these people because they're Phoenix's friends. That's weird.
Actually, you might be missing a couple of chapters because I know exactly what Shay is talking about because I'm looking at the lives from Craziness last year when Gantrell hosted the live, and it's in my motherfucking face right now. And Phoenix's name did get brought up in this because Phoenix believed when y'all had that Zoom call that people were actually cared about the harm. Now, what you're saying right now is the whole cancel men shit didn't have shit to do with whether or not they were harming people, but had shit to do with egos? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
So y'all,
the cancel men thing
with a straight face. So y'all telling me y'all got on the Zoom call? Good.
Well, the cancel men thing, the way that we understood it was that it had to do with them being problematic.
Okay, because that's what Phoenix understood.
Yeah, and that's the way we understood it. That's what happened. That's what it was supposed to be. If you go to Dantrell's live when what's his name?
Remember the judge was there. The judge was mediating.
No. Prior.
Okay, hold on.
Okay, T. Nathan came into that live because a white woman came up. I used to mod, and Black Historian used to mod for Dantrell. We were in that live. A white woman came in, said some wild shit, and then he told me to be quiet and let the white woman speak. Then after she got dropped and everything, me and Black Historian talked to this man and told him how he was harmful, how the fuck he should not have done that shit, and that I literally said in that live, if you run that live back, I said something to the fact that we need to have that space. It can't be done here where Black women can actually speak. It has to be done in another space. That's why Mimi Mondays actually started. It's a whole bunch of
there's a lot of shit going on here, but what I'm saying,
it's intertwined.
It's not.
Hold on a second. I'm not talking.
Yes, it is. We're over talking, y'all. We're over talking.
Hold on a second, because I just want to remember.
Let's let Bonnie establish an order.
Thank you, observant.
Vanity. I just want to make sure because
finish your Wawa, please. Yes. Wawa. That's
When
just
we come into the mess, right? When we get pulled into the Phoenix shit, right? Phoenix is telling us about the live shit. The fact that they had the Zoom call. Phoenix believes them, thinks that they're all not going to be on these men's platform. And I'm telling Phoenix, why the fuck is you following people like this? You don't know these people. You didn't want, you get what I mean? But Phoenix comes to us when all this shit goes awry, right? They end up in our spaces. Somehow, because they end up arguing. That's when Mimi tells Shay that Shay should have told Phoenix because Peach had already told Shay that they thought they was a stalker. Me and
No.
Sis disagree.
No.
Mimi does say this to you.
She didn't
Mimi
tell
does
me
say
that.
this because she's like, Shay, you knew, Shay. That's exactly what happened.
Sure did that.
Me
Yes,
and my
you did,
sister
because
disagree.
we said it wasn't your place to tell. You should not be responsible for telling her.
Correct,
No,
because
no.
I said that I didn't think that
Peach
you had
didn't
an
tell me
illness.
that. Mimi told me that. And I
Oh,
she
you're
said
saying
we
Peach
should
never
block
told you.
Phoenix because Phoenix is a stalker. And I was like, yeah, and I never did block Phoenix. And Phoenix reached out to me and said, why did everybody block me? And I
Okay.
said, I don't know. I just told her.
Okay,
I don't
but
know
you
what's
did-
going on,
this
and
is-
I didn't.
No,
I knew
this is
about
okay.
that.
This is neither
What
here nor
I'm
there. Hold
talking
on.
about is when we were in, I can't think of their names, but it was a white girls panel.
Hold on a second. No, I'm trying to connect another dot. So
no,
we'll get to you.
everybody hold on, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to connect another dot for the
I
rest of us.
understand. Hold on, Bob. I understand that you're connecting the dots, but I will very much love to hear from the people that were directly involved in the situation.
Well, you could do that because we have the clips from the other lives. So.
Right.
Okay.
So, go ahead, Black Historian. Somebody
So-
needs to drop for Phoenix. Passion, I'm gonna swap you out.
Yeah. So we had the call, right?
This is a combo for black femme presenting people, so you can drop me whenever.
Stay. Go
And
ahead, Black
actually,
Historian.
it was a white woman that came up on the panel, and I said, you need to give us a chance to respond. Y'all just drop people and don't give us a chance to respond. I had an issue with Liv. Yes, I had an issue with Liv because they weren't letting any of the other women up. They had a lot of younger women up on the panel. They wouldn't let older women coming up to say what we had to say. And we were in there doing all of the modding. That was my issue. I don't have to be seen. I don't have to be seen all the time. My issue is women have things to say, not just us. And I still have problems. When I was modding for Dantrell and they let Ben talk over us, I always said, hey, you got all of this. You having a sausage fest up here. You got two women up here that want to speak, and we've been quiet the whole time. They don't let women speak, or they let the men talk over them. But we are in there doing all of the work. My issue was, well, why don't we just don't mod for them? We can go in there. And I said, are we going to do all men or just the problematic men? Because I said Dantrell is trying, and I don't see an issue with Jones and how he holds his wives and whatever. But now I see Jones was a whole fucking problem. They said all men. So I said, fine. Then I got pulled in with the proposition. Callie came to me and said, hey, because I wasn't married to doing all men. Period. So Callie
you
came
want?
to me.
Wait, just to clarify, you want? You're looking for an apology from Mimi, which again, like I said earlier, I don't think you should want.
I don't want this shit.
Right, but initially it was for her calling you a bitch.
During the other live that we had when Phoenix got called all them bitches and I tried to come up to diffuse the situation, and then all of a sudden I didn't get a chance to finish my sentence. I got dropped. I got called all type of bitches.
Yeah, that sucks when that happens,
it was just,
don't
I
it?
can't think of who live it was. It was a white I think she's non-binary. I can't
You're
think
next.
of their name. I can't think of their name. But they're no longer on the app. I don't know.
Banana?
Huh?
Banana?
No, it wasn't Banana. It wasn't Banana's live. It was one of Jones's mods.
About MJ?
Bree?
It was
MJ.
MJ. It was MJ.
Was taking a break, and we were having all of these lives every day about, because it was my idea, and we had all of these different things going on every day, and she would make the background. And Peach had came up and was talking, and then she brought it all back around, and then Mimi said something. Well, fuck it. If you my friend, you can call me or whatever. And then she started going off on Phoenix for I don't know for how long, because I couldn't stop what I was doing because I was working at the time. When I finally got up there and I was started to speak,
I got called a bitch. I got dropped. I couldn't come back up, and they kept dropping me and calling me all type of bitches. Then they stopped that live. She held her own live and was calling me bitches for trying to take up for Phoenix and trying to calm down the situation. Now she's saying that it didn't have nothing to do with.
Stay close, observant. Stay close.
Right.
Okay,
If that didn't have to do anything with that has to do with me and whatever live, then fuck it. She can think that. I don't care. All I know is at the time I was being called a bitch and being dragged for a whole fucking week because I came up to say something. Now, had I not said anything about Phoenix, I don't think I would have been dragged. But they didn't want to participate in the Women's Month, but they were over there on my panel, on my shit that I made up with MJ, but they didn't want to participate. They didn't want to go on Jones' panel. She should have told me she had an issue with Jones. I wouldn't have done it, but she didn't.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna give the rotation now. Okay, I'm gonna make this very funny, and also too before you go, to all my beautiful Black queens up here, if you want to put your cash up, put the cash up. If you have a business and you want to promote your business, put your business up in the background. We don't have to plan about it. Just fucking do it. Do it before and after you speak. It's 150 people in here, enough for y'all to network and gain followers, whatever you need. Just do it. So we're gonna go Mimi, then Phoenix. No, Mimi, then Phoenix, then Queen, then Erica, then Wawa, then Queen V, then Joy. That's cool? In and out. All right.
Well, that's fine because I don't have stuff to.
All right, perfect. Okay. So go ahead, Mimi.
All right. So the live that happened, and my bad. The live that happened at MJ's, we were all over there. MJ was one of the people that we would just go over there. It was always a chill live. It was chill space, whatever. We were in there talking about something. I don't know. Phoenix came into the comments. Dill was also in that space. Dill sent me a message and said, hey, make sure that you tell Peach or something that Phoenix has a box for them. Okay, this is all after the fact of me finally finding out from Peach, and because I didn't find out until well after the fact that there was an issue with the way Peach felt about Phoenix. Okay. I said in MJ's live, basically, Phoenix, stop fucking doing blah, blah, blah. I said that to Phoenix, right? Then Peach started speaking their piece on how they felt about it. Phoenix was in the comments typing. Phoenix never, I don't know if they requested or ever got in the box, never wanted to get in the box, but they were only typing in the comments. Thomas Bishop also, I believe, came up in that live at one point and said whatever the fuck he had to say. But then Shay came in. You did get in the box. Okay, sorry. My apologies. Shay came in, was like, oh God, this live is about a bunch of drama, which was not true. This live was about what was happening with Peach and Phoenix. It turned into a conversation about what happened with Peach and Phoenix. And the fact is, Shay didn't like that people were in there, and she's like, oh, look, the numbers are going up because y'all are in here yelling at each other, this, that, and the third. And Peach was the one that was talking at the time. Black historian decides that whatever Peach had to say about any of it was a bunch of drama. It wasn't worth it. Y'all need to cut it out type of shit. I told Black historian to shut the fuck up, bitch, knock the fuck off. You don't even know what the fuck is going on in here. That's what I said. And it kept going. Yeah, and so what? Okay, now, prior to MJ's live, the Zoom call did happen. In the Zoom call, Phoenix was there. Black historian hosted the Zoom call. Black historian was there, of course. Me, Peach called in on the phone. Phoenix was there. Lydia was there. Southern Fried Cali was there. And I think that's it. If I'm missing anybody, it is what it is. So sorry. But in that call, we talked about, I told Peach about the call just because of the simple fact she had just had started CoinCot. I said, okay, might as well tell Peach, maybe they can give us some pointers on how to do the mod cot, because Black Historian wanted to do the mod cot because of the problem creators. Black Historian literally did a video for her timeline where a call to action for mod cot, because allegedly Black Historian said there were so many problem creators. Okay, so I asked Peach to be a part of the call. Peach came in and gave pointers on how to do things. Said, you know, maybe we can put out all of your bullet points on what your problem matters is, especially like with a boycott. Okay, fine. So that happened. When the question came up of, oh, well, we're only going to do some problem creators, not all of them. That was not, I said, no, that doesn't make any sense, because it would be picking and choosing. It would need to be all men. And plus it's Women's History Month. We need to decenter men. So there would be no need to host on any man's panel or anything, right? Also, in that space, we talked about going to big women creators on this live, going to talk to them to see if they would host the space for Women's History Month. Okay, we said Auntie Wiggs, we said Asha, we said a whole bunch of different women who had big spaces. Okay, and so that was up for option, and we all said that we would reach out to them. Okay. That's what we were supposed to do. The very next day, I got a text message from what's the name? Oh, Black Historian, that there had been changes and that they wanted to talk to me. Okay. I literally called her, or she called me, whatever. And she told me, oh, you know what? There's a change of plans. We're going to do it on Jones's panel. I said, well, you would need to advise everyone that came to that call to action Zoom call, because what the hell would be the point of you getting everybody riled up to do something and then changing it on a whim and no one knows about it? She said, oh, well, I think I have everybody's email address because I emailed them about the link for the Zoom call. And then she did not email anyone. The following fucking day, I'm sitting here working. Lydia sends me a text message. Do you know that Shay is on Jones' panel right now saying that we're doing Women's History Month over there? And I said, are you fucking serious? And then I went live. Okay, so I went live, and then after Shay and the Black Historian, actually, I think both of them left that live. I never interrupted her. I respected your wishes.
It's the same person. She keeps saying shit on the Black Historian. I'm the same fucking person.
This is the shit that she do. But when I talk over, she got a fucking problem with it. Okay? So anyway.
You cuss too good for me to laugh. Okay, girl. I like cussing.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to, I swear to God, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be funny, but when she spoke respectfully for the host, I stayed on mute. I did not say a word. Okay? So anyway, where the fuck was I? Yeah. So she came into my fucking live, and we over there talking about why would you do that? Now, in that live, because there's a clip, I have to find it. In that live, a man came up and shut both of them the fuck up in that live. And I'm like, see, that's what the fuck y'all get. Y'all having a live on Jones's panel. We supposed to be decentering men, and you sitting over there on a man's panel for Women's fucking History Month. It doesn't make any fucking sense. The beef continued from there, because the next day was MJ's thing, and then Phoenix, all the Phoenix stuff happened. Okay,
Don't forget when she came into your live when we were having Mimi Monday drinking with Tasha.
Oh yeah. I'm trying to find the clip.
Yeah. Don't forget that.
Okay,
and then she ran the hog boss and shit and was talking all that.
See, look here. I don't care. Like, she may have, and I'm gonna land here. She may have her. Oh wait, no, I ain't gonna land. Fuck that. Because when the Zoom call happened, Peach hit me up after they dropped because they were getting their hair braided. Peach tells me that they're having a problem with Phoenix. I said, well, why the fuck didn't you say anything? Peach, I thought I told you. All right, I said, all right, fine. For the life of me, I swear for God, I'm not a bitch to record, but I recorded the fucking phone call. I recorded me talking to Shay and telling Shay right then that there was an issue between Phoenix and fucking Peach. And that's why when Queen and Wawa y'all up here enjoying them, y'all was like, no, because she said, yeah. And y'all say it wasn't her responsibility. But the fact is, you say it's not her responsibility. And I understand why you're saying that. But this woman, Phoenix, was asking, why was these things happening? Shay had information. I told her. I literally fucking told her. So all of this shit and try to go on the coattails of fucking Phoenix and the fact that Phoenix finally got her shit off and now people are coming together and having a fucking conversation and now well, what about me, bitch, please? I don't owe you shit. You dismissed me, disrespect everyone in that fucking group. We were supposed to be decentering men. And I'm gonna tell you, everybody listening, because I know she not. Everybody listening, it's not what happened. It's the fucking principle. You don't do a fucking call to action, tell a whole bunch of bitches to come in a goddamn Zoom call for a fucking phone call and then turn around and smile up in this nigga's face talk about some, oh, I'm trying to get followers and clicks and likes. Bitch, please. If we're decentering men, why the fuck would you do it on their platform? It makes no sense. It never made sense. And now have the audacity to sit your black ass on this fucking live and say, oh, now I know how problematic you was. You asked me some time ago when we was in Live Live and I dropped Baby Jones on some hee ha ha kiki type shit. I dropped Baby Jones. I said to Baby Jones when that happened, I don't care who your fucking father is, right? You say to me, well, you did that and you said, I don't care who the father is. I said, me and Baby Jones was laughing. I ain't got no problem with that young man. I said, but no, I don't give a shit who your father is. I dropped you from the fucking panel. Fuck you, right? So she then proceeds to say, do you have a problem with Joe? No. You was fishing for information, but guess what, bitch? I didn't have a fucking receipt. I knew that he was talking shit about me. I knew he was kicking my fucking back in. I knew he was dragging my name through the mud, but I didn't have a fucking receipt. What am I supposed to do? Tell you a bunch of he said, she said shit so you could go around the fucking corners with his dumb ass? No, I was not gonna do that. But you was fishing for shit because at the end of the day, you took your black ass to a man's panel for Women's History Month and the numbers fucking dwindled and they dwindled and they dwindled and they dwindled. This motherfucker hitting bitches on the back end saying, oh shit, I don't know how I'm gonna make rent this month. Ain't nobody gifted. She in here. I need a mental health break. And that's why Jones left the motherfucking act. It wasn't because of Phoenix. It wasn't because of me. It wasn't because of Peach. It's because he wasn't making no money. I don't want to hear none of this shit. The fuck is you talking about? And now let me find my receipt.
Something really quick, just really quick. If y'all are trying to cash out Queen,
I have a doctor's appointment. I literally got to leave in like 20 minutes. So I got to wrap this up real quick, like a bow. Phoenix, do you mind if I go really quick?
At all, please, because I don't really want to follow that up. So
Me, I can send it to Queen or you can send it to Joy. Just put in the notes who it's for and that's fine.
A year ago. So Black Historian, you didn't even know the conversations that were happening in the back rooms about you with those same men that you were flocking to, saying that you were privileged coming up on the panel, that you want to overtalk people, that you didn't want to wait your turn, that you thought you had pretty privilege, but you really didn't. Not my words, their words, out their mouth, right? So you can take that how you will, but your flocking to them was wild. And then the beef that me and you had after that whole thing, I did not get an invite to that whole Skype, Yoo-hoo, Too-hoo, whatever the fuck it was called. I didn't get an invite to that because you were beefing with me. And if it was really about decentering men and going after these toxic ass men, I would have been invited. But you were beefing with me because I was still a mod in Lives Live at that time, right? And this is before our fallout that we had. My name got drugged for fucking months on that. And then on top of that, when we were in Mimi's live for Mimi Mondays and we were sitting there, we were drinking, we were having our kiki, haha, this, that, and the third, You weren't in there for like what, 2-3 hours? Mimi, correct me if I'm wrong. You were in that bitch for like 2-3 motherfucking hours, kiki ha ha and dancing to music, right? Dancing to music, right? I love my baby. I'ma do good behind my baby. He needed to go for a walk. So I said, y'all, I'm gonna be right back right quick. I have to go walk my dog. And as she's coming up and starts to talk about this TikTok bullshit about the whole like, oh, we're coin carding these men and these toxic men, I drop and she's like, I knew that bitch would do it. Who the fuck you calling a bitch? First of all, if we throwing out apologies for calling people bitches, my name should have been first in your mouth to get that apology. Because I didn't do shit to you, my nigga. And you turned around and you drugged my name for months. You went to Hog Boss's live right after that shit and you ran your fucking mouth to bits and pieces about me. And I didn't do shit to you. Not a goddamn singular thing. But no, that's crazy. That's crazy that a year ago I clocked that shit that these men were fucking toxic. A year ago I had clocked that shit that these men were fucking using us and using our voices and using black women in their panels to further their agenda. And that even after the fact that they were having conversations, Liv, Dontrell, Jolly Good Ginger, fucking Jones, all them, all that were having conversations in the back rooms without us. But I was being told because I was riding different at the time, I'm not gonna hold you, I had different things going on in my life. It's fine, it is what it is. Who I'm with at that time in my business, right? But because I was with that person at that particular time, I got the know-all. I did. And they were having conversations about us without us. But that's crazy. That's crazy as fuck that I became your fucking public target to dish out my name and drag it through the fucking TikTok streets for months. For why, my nigga? For why? And I didn't call you out your name. I didn't say shit about you. I didn't even talk about you. I didn't bring you up at all. And you came into Mimi's with so much smoke, and then you went into Hog Boss's live with so much smoke. For why?
You mean T. Nathan, not Hog
I don't know who the fuck the man is. His name was Hog Boss.
His name is not Hog Boss. Hog Boss and T. Nathan are two different people. I don't go into Hog Boss live.
You sure as hell did that day.
I didn't then know. You mean T. Nathan. You conflating two people.
No, it was for sure Hog Boss.
So you and Mimi were friends and she let me call you a bitch.
Hold on. Because I remember it was Hog Boss specifically. Lord forgive me if I have to go through almost a year and a half worth of pictures in my phone to find this fucking shit. But because Dontrell and Liv both said we no longer fuck with Hog Boss. Because before that, they were still cool with each other.
You mean Harbinger. It wasn't Hog Boss. I wasn't going into Hog Boss's lives because I couldn't stand Hog Boss at the time. So you're conflating two people.
Let me find this screenshot. I swear for God. But go ahead. Go on ahead.
It's called Harbinger of the Fold.
It's fine. Go on ahead.
Did she just say, and you let Mimi let me call you a bitch?
I mean, y'all
were cool.
I don't remember calling her a bitch, and if I did,
bullshit.
I'm sorry. I don't remember.
You don't remember? Because I came up there and clean out.
Are you sure I said I knew she would drop?
No, historian, that's exactly what you said.
I knew that bitch would drop. That's exactly what you said. I knew the bitch would drop.
You came up and you were like, I knew that bitch was going to drop. And then, I knew that bitch was going to drop. And then Erica got back on the panel and was like, what the fuck? Who the fuck are you talking to? Who are you calling a bitch? You're acting like you don't remember this, but somehow you remember me calling you a bitch, and it was the same time period.
Everything.
You remember you being called a bitch, but you don't remember calling somebody else a bitch. That shit
I didn't call Erica no bitch.
You sound like you censoring yourself at this point.
I'm sorry.
Go back to the
if somebody held lives about you for a whole week calling you a bitch, wouldn't you remember that? Wouldn't you remember that?
Well, if you're acting like one sure shit, I guess you would remember, wouldn't you?
Would you remember somebody held lives about you for a whole week calling you all type of bitches?
No.
You remember
that's
that?
Another thing.
I call people bitches on this panel all the time.
No.
I don't have time.
Wait,
give me 1 second. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Wait.
No. Hold on. Because she's asking something at me.
Give me 1 second. I literally have to go back to my
Go ahead, Queen.
What we're not going to do is act like Mimi was hosting a fucking campaign for a week about you. That's not what was happening.
That's not what's happening.
She called you. No, she called you.
Do you not? I do have the lives. It was a whole week.
You do? Bring them up. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I was in Mimi's face every fucking day. Every fucking day Monday I was there. What we're not going to do, she might have mentioned you, but the live was not about you. We were in there kikiing, talking shit, doing exactly
Not
what we
for
do on
that
Mimi
whole-
Mondays.
not after
The
that
live was
MJ
not
thing.
about you.
Not
You
after
made
that
it seem
MJ
like
thing,
you were centered
where she was
in
like,
that
share
space.
the live to Shay
Listen,
and Phoenix.
if I
Share the
have to start yelling, then I have to step outside. If I have to step outside and I have to start yelling, I'm gonna be very upset. Allow me to finish, okay? We were in there kikiing, talking shit. We were not hosting a live about you. We were not hosting a live about Phoenix. We were in there kikiing, talking shit. But Mimi would be like, yeah, share the live with Shay. Yeah, share the live with that bitch, because you wouldn't come up. You wouldn't come and have a conversation like a grown-ass woman, and you know Mimi don't stand like that. Mimi wanted to stand 10 toes down and have a conversation with you, and you bitched out. We not finna do that. We're not. Mimi was trying to have a conversation. You bitched out. That ain't got nothing to do with the rest of us. But you're not about to make it seem like my big sister was hosting lives about you. Who was just hosting this big campaign against you, because that's not what was going on. It's not. That is all. Thank you.
The fuck? You had so much smoke and hostility towards me when I didn't do shit to you. I didn't have your name in my mouth. I didn't call you no which type of way. I didn't say shit to you, but you had so much smoke. You said, fuck that bitch. And then we tried to reconcile a little bit after that in Dontrell's live. And then you doubled down and said, nah, fuck that bitch. So what's good? What happened?
I didn't talk to you on Dantrell's live. I talked to Mimi, and that was fuck that bitch.
Nah, you directed that shit at me because I came up and I said, okay, Black Historian.
It wasn't in Dantrell's live.
My God, today, I swear for God, this is crazy.
Whose live did she come up on when you were in the panel? That wasn't, and it was Queen, and it was you. That wasn't Dantrell's live.
You talking about Mimi?
You.
Oh, that was FB's live, I believe.
That was somebody else's. That was FB's live. And
when you guys get to Dantrell's live,
yeah, that was
with
Mimi.
the judge. When y'all are with the judge, I'm looking at the goddamn receipts right now, y'all.
That's
still got
the judge.
That's y'all with the judge. The judge didn't know.
I'm like, I know I'm not conflating fucking lives. I'm like,
Ka was not on that live with the judge, was she, Wawa?
Because she wasn't in the live.
Exactly, she was
crazy shit.
I'm sorry. You came up on the live with Wawa on the panel. Because Wawa was on the panel.
No.
On FB's? Erica or Mimi? Mimi came up.
I came up. Erica did not come up. Queen V came up. Wow. Queen V came up.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Queen V does come up.
And there was one other person, but it was not Erica.
Playboy is in the box.
Playboy, thank you.
I'm watching it right now, y'all.
And I was there. I came up, and then Erica.
You didn't hear the clip, Wawa, at this point.
Didn't come up, hun. It didn't
Erica
happen.
was on that fucking panel because Wawa was like,
is there not a discrepancy happening right now? We might need to play the clip if Wawa got it.
It's five fucking different lives. I don't see no Erica.
She kept saying Hog Boss live, and she was like the guy with the red beard. That's T. Nathan.
Say red beard, not near damn one time you brought that man up, and he's even in the comments saying that was not me.
What?
She literally in the midst of her saying whose live you were on, she never said red beard. That never happened. Erica never said red beard.
Is crazy.
This is matter what live it was done in. If y'all if she's standing on business about what you said, it don't really matter where she said it.
It don't. But but I didn't go in Hog Boss Live because I didn't start going into Hog Boss Live until what, a couple of months, maybe a year. Not even a year ago.
Why the fuck did you just do that?
Shit, like what?
I don't remember being on a panel with Erica. For me, I don't remember being on a panel with Erica.
I'm sorry.
You were on a panel.
I don't know.
You were on that panel.
I'm so sorry. No, shut the fuck up. No.
We were on the panel.
Okay, wait.
I appreciate you. Like you look good as hell. Like period. But like no, I was never on a panel with you. I know names. I've been on this app for like 3-4 years. Nigga, shut up. I swear for God.
You know what?
I'm about to crash the fuck out.
Go ahead and crash out because you're wrong.
Nigga, you got 4 people up here telling you you
were wrong. I remember
what the fuck you talking about, my nigga?
I was like in general.
Talking about my nigga?
I was like in general.
Living in a Mormon county, I have to walk away from the windows because I swear for God, if these people hear me, they're gonna call somebody on me. I need y'all to understand. Did she not? Did she not try to sit here for a whole 5 minutes now and twist and turn what I fucking said when I know what the fuck I just said? And you had 4 other niggas up here telling you exactly what I just said, but you're trying to sit here and double down. I didn't say that. Well, maybe I did say that, but it wasn't in this live. It was in that live. And while you were there too, and you ride your own dick. What are you talking about? Why are you trying to pull everybody in? I'm asking you a simple question. I'm asking because now I'm getting pissed off all over again. I've been going to therapy. I've paid good monties for therapy, bitch. I need to know why you had so much audacity and smoke for me when I ain't do shit to you. That's it. That's it. And y'all can go ahead and swap me out for her. I don't care. I'm fine. I'm fine.
Well, that's it. Why you had so much smoke for her?
I never had any smoke for her.
Observing, why didn't you ask to be a mod? So
I didn't.
So there's no beef with Erica.
If it was, I don't remember. I just know I just never had any smoke with her, and unless, hold up, unless she said something. I don't remember. Like I said, this was over a year ago, and she said that I called her a bitch. I don't remember. If are you gonna let me finish?
I ain't even breathe. I ain't even breathe right.
If I did at the time that you said I did, I apologize. I don't remember doing that.
If I did, you did.
I did. I did.
God is my witness.
I did.
People on this panel. Yes, you did. Yes, ma'am.
I apologize.
That's very big of you. I will accept it because the Lord has been gracious to me and learning that I need patience and not strength. Because if I do get strength, I'm gonna need some bail money to go with it. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that apology. Thank you kindly.
Okay. Go ahead.
But all I'm saying is I remember that live period because it was, oh God, somebody was coming up in there, and then you came in, and Wawa was on the panel and she was mediating it. And that was in FB's, was it FB Live? I believe it was FB.